Oh my goodness, I think I am live. Can y'all see me? Can you hear me? I'm Coach Cass, America's Go To Love Doctor. I specifically work with successful women, right? All around love and relationships. Someone asked me yesterday, like, who are some of the people that you absolutely love working with? I would say that some of my faves, right, are the women that, come to me in relationships where they're like, I don't know, Coach Cass, I don't know if this is it or not. And me helping to steer them in the right direction. So, what has happened for several women is that they realized through us working together that the relationship they were in was not the right relationship. But guess what? The upgrade is real. The women I'm thinking about are now in amazing relationships with men they would have never thought they could have gotten, right? Like they never thought they could be in a relationship with. They never fathomed being at such peace with the men that they're with. And there they were praying for God to turn the man they were with into their Boaz. Sis, let's not do that. Oh my goodness. So this is Ask Coach Cass. I'm wondering how am I going to see your questions, right? So I'm really unsure, y'all. So right now I am live on YouTube, I am live on LinkedIn, I am live on Instagram, and I'm trying to figure out how do I actually see that y'all are talking to me. I'm really not sure. So go ahead and start typing in some questions or just say hello. Say hello and let me see if I could see your hellos, right? Like that's where I want to start. Like and tell me where you're tuning in on, right? Where are you tuning in on? I'm definitely trying to figure this out. So in the meantime, in between time, what I will do is I'll talk to you about the woman that is in a relationship and unsure. Okay, that's who I'm going to talk to right now. And if you love this, make sure that you follow, you send notifications, you tag a girlfriend. Okay, gotta check the dog. All right, so have you ever been in a relationship where you felt unheard? Maybe you felt like no one was listening. Maybe you felt like, why am I here? Maybe you cried yourself to sleep a little bit more than once. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been in a space where you just were wondering to yourself, is this really it? And because, your parents met him, or because your family has met him, or because your children have met him, or maybe he's someone you rely on financially or to help run errands. A lot of times y'all be staying with the do boy. You're stuck, you feel stuck in this situationship. And I'll tell you a story. I was dating a guy one time, and he didn't want me to get a roommate. So he didn't live with me, but he still paid $800 a month so that I can have my place to myself, right? So he paid me $800 a month so that I could just keep my place to myself. So I started to rely on that money. You understand me? I started to rely on that money to help pay my mortgage at the time. And I remember just being in a space where I was just so broken. I had lost weight, but not in a good way. I was sad. I knew that this was not the relationship that God had for me. But there I was, in my early 20s, um, sticking and holding on to this man because he essentially was helping to pay my bills. I know there are a lot of women in this scenario. And it's not that you don't have the money, it just becomes easy when somebody else is paying your bills. And, when I finally decided to walk away from that relationship, I got a roommate again. I was able to very easily, quickly fill that financial void because at the time I was open to a roommate and that roommate could pay me $1,000 a month and it was fine, right? But I held on to that man partially because he was a financial crutch. How many of you have ever stayed in a relationship longer than you should have because you were in a financial rut. And this person became a financial crutch. I want you to be real. I want you to be real. Look across your relationships. What I will advise you to do is stop relying on men to pay your bills, right? If you are not married, you should not be relying on men to pay your bills, unless that's what you're here for, gold digging and having people pay for stuff, and that's all you want. But if you want something deeper, right, I would say do not entangle your financials until this is your husband. Right now, my husband takes care of a lot in our household, and I am very grateful for him. I do what I can where I can. Amen. He often will tell me that I need to share with y'all how to live a subsidized life, right? So, how do you start to be a life where a man happily pays for your house, your car, your hair, your trips, and da 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 da. But for me, that happens after the ring. Now, I took my ring off because it's starting to get tight. So don't get worried, y'all. Don't get here we go. Don't get worried before y'all like, oh, Coach Cass ain't got no ring on. I need to drink more water right now. Okay. So what I realized is that we need to take the time out to focus in on what truly matters. And if you are just looking for a man to pay your bills, I'm not talking to you, right? This ain't your that you have not found your coach. There are many coaches out there that will teach you just have a man pay your bills. I am talking to the woman that wants a heart to heart relationship where she feels seen and heard, excited and overjoyed, cherished, wanted, right? So I have this sign behind me. And if you don't know, I actually wrote a book. It's on Amazon, it's a bestseller. So wanted means women achieving new triumphs every day. I believe that you are wanted. I believe that you are someone's answered prayer. I believe that you can easily date, but the problem has been who you choose to settle down with. Have you ever dated a man and then you're ready to move him in by date number two? You move too fast, sis. You're moving too fast, right? It's not that you have a problem getting a man, but the problem is choosing the man. Who is the right man for you? Have you ever felt like your picker has been broken? Like you might get to date one, but date two, three, and four just it's not happening. Maybe it doesn't even get there. And you wonder to yourself, what is wrong with me? What is happening here? Like I've succeeded in my career. I've shattered all the glass ceilings. I've retired on the top of my game. I've, just done some amazing things in my life, but yet love and relationships keep eluding me. I keep not doing this right. It's not your fault. More than likely, your parents did not teach you. You learned through dysfunction. You learned through watching romantic comedies, which I call rom-com itis, right? So you got the itis, sis. Romantic comedy itis. Literally, you're falling in love with a script, and that script does not serve you. So here is what I have to say to you. I want you to do something different. I want you to do something different. I want you to have the kind of love that gets you excited. Like, for instance, I have one of our alumni that just got engaged this past weekend. Sis is 48, head of schools, finishing up her PhD, and now officially is engaged, getting her MRS. And you can see this on my social. I posted about her, and I'll release her name once she tells all her whole family, right? So I want you to be sure. I want you to get excited. I want you to be in a place where you could be head of schools. getting your PhD this year and your MRS, right? For some of you, you expect love to be like a microwave, a popcorn situation. Have you ever felt like that? Oh, like, can I go boop, 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 boop? And it pops out like a great man, Coach Casser. Can you just piece these three guys together and that will be my ideal mate? How is that mindset working for you? Now, you might be wondering, like, well, what's the point of having a love coach? I'm talking to the woman that actually invests in herself, right? Like you've gotten a personal trainer, you've gotten a fashion consultant, you've gotten a travel agent, you've gotten a house cleaner, you've gotten a business coach or a career coach because you understand that you don't know everything. I'm talking to that woman, the woman who actually invests in herself to elevate, not just the free content on social media, but really looks for experts she can connect with to say, okay, well, how do I get to the next level in this area of my life? That is what we want. That is what we desire. That is what I want for you. I'd love to work with you, right? So if you go to reallovenetwork.com, you can apply for us to have a conversation, get on a sales call to see if this is the right match for you. At the end of the day, I want you to find the kind of love that makes your heart smile, but it all starts in here. How do you choose men? What have you been through? How do you get clear about what you want? How do you communicate and not cut them off like this, right? How do you not connect physically first before your emotions? How do you really do this in community so you don't have to do this by yourself? If any of that sounds amazing, go to reallovenetwork.com. Okay? All right, y'all. This was my first test on going live in all the places, right? So, to all my successful women who want to level up in love, I look forward to hearing from you. All right. Bye, guys.